Welcome back, everyone. This is Andy House with the GameHaus team, and I just want to do a nice review for one of our great sellers on the Reddit MTG bootleg sub. His name's Ron, and you can actually find his info pretty easily on the site. I just want to bring this up because it's really awesome that we have some really great resellers and people that are going through and checking some of these. They're not counterfeit, but these really cool proxy cards, making sure that they look good and they're semi-passable and ready to be used for fun. So I just placed an order in with Ron, and I actually picked up the Modern 8.0, the Legacy 8.0, and the Vintage 8.0. And I also ordered a couple random singles, plus Ron threw in a bunch of extras as freebies. So some of the extra singles that I picked up were, the swords, because I needed them. Oops, I've still got the fairy, which is pretty cool. It's nothing great, but it's cool. The little dot is a little bit funky, but I just want to kind of show you what the cards look like, what they kind of come out as, and just to kind of give you an overall view. And I just want to kind of share some of my impressions. We got some couple flip cards here too. Search for Azcanta. You can even have this side, but you can kind of see like the cards a little bit kind of flimsy, but it is what it is. They're still really cool. They're not quite the feel of a normal Magic card, but they're still pretty dang cool. And then I'm going to show another video after this that'll kind of compare some of these cards to the real cards that I have. So why I decided to buy some of these cards is simply because I own some of these really, really expensive cards, or cards that just shot up in price over the last couple of years. And I just don't want to get them damaged. And number two, there's some cards that are just so hard to find and so hard to get a hold of in good condition that are just getting ridiculous in price that I just would rather spend that money elsewhere, honestly. And I just want to play, and I just want to have some fun with my friends. And this is all for my cube, really cool cards. So without further ado, let me show you some of the cards that are in each of these. So when you go to buy from Ron, you can actually pick the different sets he has. He actually sends you a very nice spreadsheet with all the different cards that he has available with the set. You can either pick the cards up straight as singles, or you can buy the sets. And the sets are usually about like $60 each, but if you buy multiples, you can get closer to $55. I just bought 3. I ended up paying for everything about just under $200 with priority shipping. So again, this is the Modern set. It comes in with this cool little box. It's got a nice Vesuva, and I got a little crack, little ding on there. I'm not sure if you can see that, but that's from me. The cards are a little bit more prone to getting damaged if you're not careful with them. But just want to kind of show you, these cards are just really nice kind of color. You got Toxic Deluge, which is cool. We got the Tarmogoyf. The logo there is really, really light. It's kind of easy to see. But again, like, the cards are just pretty decent. They're pretty good. I have the Snapcaster Mage here, really nice blue, pretty cool. You got Scape Shift. Some of these cards, again, they look so good. And even like just holding them, they look pretty nice. They feel pretty good. And what I was comparing them to is actual other Magic cards. I just kind of shuffled through a bunch of basic lands to get a sense and feel. And, you can definitely feel the difference, especially the slippery. You can feel like the density of the cards, Me personally, I've got a career in printing, and I kind of can feel almost instantaneously the difference between different and varying types of papers. So, but besides that, they're still pretty dang good. They're really nice colors. The backs are kind of hit or miss. Some are like pretty nice, but recently in the last few years, the kind of cards have been kind of crappy coming out. So it's not a big issue. So look at that. Got some cool stuff. Got the Horizon Canopy. Again, like that feature set symbol is really, 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 really. Let me just see if I can get on that. Really kind of weird looking, but doesn't look like any of the other feature set symbols I've seen. But it looks kind of off. This red's a little bit off, but I think that's kind of how it is. I was kind of giving these like the smell test, and look, here's a nice Dark Confident. I was kind of giving the smell test, and they smell like kind of like an offset. This is Damnation. Definitely not passable for sure, but it still looks pretty cool. Obviously the boards are really, really light, and they're okay. And there's some kind of goo there. I don't know if that's part of it. We've got Cyclonic Rift. Really nice. Cryptic Command, it's okay. A little color's a little bit off, but I don't think people would necessarily notice it if it's sleeved, and I'll show a couple of that in the next video. Got the Celestial Colony, which looks pretty dang good. It looks just like the one I have, actually. I don't know if the colors are exact, but they look pretty dang good to me. Looks like the one I have. We got Cavern of Souls, which also looks great. Again, I'm sure you can kind of see some of the shininess kind of coming off. It's got this kind of oil shine, but they're pretty dang cool. Again, a little bit kind of flimsy, and I did want to just show you one thing real quickly. Once we get through this, that like I noticed that the cards, you know, if you leave them out, it's been a little bit humid here where I live. If you leave the cards out for a little bit too long, they kind of start kind of warping a little bit. So the Arcbound Ravager is kind of like the original. Actually, my brother has a couple of these real ones, and like the color is so god awful. I couldn't tell the difference other than that this felt really mint, and his are all kind of beaten up and worn. So, you know, Thoughtseize here a little bit too light. Got Pendelhaven. I feel like the boards are on there a little bit too light, but you know, it's still fun to play with. Noble Hierarch, pretty cool. Kitchen Finks, really light, but you know, it's still cool. Got the Iona Shield of Emeria, really cool. Again, we got some other nice pieces here. Geist Saint Draft. And I kind of feel that, you know, Ron actually doing a couple little extra cards here and there too, just for fun. Oh yeah, here we go. So these are the kind of coolest parts of the modern set, honestly. I got the modern set because of really these lands, the Fetchlands. And I have all these in real life. I just don't like really playing with them. And these Fetchlands feel very nice, like especially the original ones from Onslaught. I just want to show these real quick. These ones are really like nice looking. Like they look pretty dang real, actually. Even like pretty gem mint compared to the ones I have. Again, it has like that shiny look to it. But the ones I have in real life are pretty dang close to it, I feel like. It just looks very close. I'm looking even at the symbols. I think it's pretty good. So it's, you know, really good work there. These are some of the newer ones, and I have these ones in real life too. I feel like the Verdant Catacombs, as well as the Misty Rainforest, are a little bit too light, because I thought the ones I had a lot more darker. Whoop. And I got Marsh Flats. Again, they feel a little bit like they're not dark enough, but I don't know if anyone would necessarily notice it. Again, if you have sleeves, like especially if a clouded sleeve, like a matte clear, probably no one's going to notice that, you know. That's what I think. So let me just move those to the side. Just going to kind of wrap these ones up real quick. And I just want to show this real quick. You kind of can see that these have like kind of, I don't know, they kind of like a little bow to it, a bowing to it. Like it's just kind of bowing. It's a little bit humid here, so they just have to be careful. They just kind of flex a bit. They don't stay nice and flat like normal Magic cards. But again, you know, these are just meant to be proxies. They're really cool. So if you're looking and you're kind of a little bit afraid of some of the really high-end counterfeits, I would just suggest take out a bunch of basic lands and just shuffle them and hold them for a while, and then you can probably figure it out. Like, you know, okay, that's probably not the right card. So I got my Legacy. These can kind of be a little bit difficult to get out. So I'm just going to move that to the side. Unfortunately, we only have one of the filter lands. It's kind of crummy looking. It's not very bright, but it's still cool. I wish we had other filter lands. There's something I'd really like to see. If you guys can get a hold of them, that's awesome. I have a Wasteland. I was using this in my cube actually before. Not this one particular, but I was using one of the World Championship Series Wastelands. And again, this is pretty cool. Feels a little flimsy, but it's nice. Vengevine's a little bit nice. It's slippery. I mean, just looking at these colors even, these colors are just really nice, really pretty. And they look better even than some of the stuff you're getting from Wizards of the Coast, which is just insane. The Surgical Extraction looks pretty good, actually. It's a little bit light on the black border if you go around it. But other than that, it's not too shabby, I think. I think it's pretty decent. The Snapcaster Mages I've seen coming through here are really kind of cool. They're really got this nice blue kind of going on. I've got the original. I'll show that in my next video. I think this is like just too good, like almost too perfect of the blue, and it's a little kind of giving it off. Got Shattering Spree, great card. Sensi Divining Top, which is great. We got a couple of these like kind of tap lands, if you will, or whatever they're called. The Reanimate's a little bit dark, but still a cool card. Obviously, you can see like the text box in here, the brown is like a little bit off. Got the Phyrexian Tower. That's pretty cool. I think it's a little bit too dark, but I haven't really used an actual real one, so I couldn't tell you. You can definitely tell the gold gears look a little bit funky. So if I was trading for that, I would just notice right off the bat that the gold gears look really kind of goofy. Let me just show you that. It's kind of off. So it's kind of cool. And even this invasion symbol is really kind of looking a little funky. So some cool stuff regardless. Noble Hierarch looks good. Mutavolt's pretty cool. Mox Opal's pretty nice. Actually, the Mox Diamond I thought was really good. I have a real one I'll compare that to too, and it just felt good. I mean, it just feels very flimsy, a little bit lighter than the real cards, but still like really nice piece. It comes with Lotus Petal. Got the Crack Clan Ironworks. We got Karn the Liberated, which is really cool. Then we have the good old Jace, and I can just tell right off the bat, like this Jace is nice. The real Jace has like more like green to it, but it still looks nice and still like I'd probably be fooled. I'd probably think this one was a real card, not the other one, but I'll show that to you next. We've got the Gristlebrand, Lavamancer, again, a little issue with the red. Some darkening here. Guy's Cradle. Looks pretty good, actually. I like this a little bit more, but again, like those little gears a little bit kind of, they look off to me, a little off. The Force of Will looks so nice, like really perfect card. And I'll show you compared to the other ones I have. Got Dublin Season, another Dark Slick Shores. The OG Dark Confident, good old Bob. Dak Faded, which it looks a little bit darker, especially on his face and everything, but other than that, pretty cool. Another Cryptic Command. I really like this one a lot. Looks nice. Council's Judgment, Consecrated Sphinx, Chromox. Again, some of these cards look just so much nicer as far as colors go, and better like hues and saturation than actually the originals do. So it's just kind of sad that the actual proxies are like just insanely better. So that Ancient Tomb actually looks really good. The only thing that kind of looked at me that looked kind of weird is like it looked too nice as far as the inks. Like the ones I own like about 5 of this version. A lot lighter, but this one looks like perfect crisp color, so that helps you any. That Nauseam a little bit too light, I think. Oh, and so here comes like the kind of cool part. These are the different dual lands. Again, this is the Legacy, and I really like these ones. I think they're good. I would probably be fooled. I mean, again, I can feel that they're not really dual lands. So I want to show the Rune Halo and put that down. But I'd say like the dual lands, let me just show you. We've got, it's not as vibrant and bright. It's okay. Like this one looks pretty good, the Tropical Island. And I mean, again, like the colors look pretty dang good. I mean, I would not second guess. And even like the feel, these ones in particular, like the rest of the cards are a little bit kind of slick. These ones are actually kind of smooth. I mean, again, if you flip this over and you're not comparing it to other cards, you're going to notice that the colors is what it is. But even like the green hues, I mean, you can kind of see, hopefully this thing's picking it up a little bit. It's just kind of, it's nice. It just looks very, very, like, polished. That's all. So nothing crazy, but still look really good. And I'm going to be using these for sure on my cube. The one thing, for example, here is, looks like they forgot to put the font. You can see that we're unaffected right there. Looks a little goofy. So, little small minor things there. Even have that on Bayou unaffected. The font's a little bit funky. So I'm not sure if that's on every single one because sometimes the other cards, like I'm looking at these unaffected, right? If you just look at that bottom corner, they're all like a little bit different. Like some are like fully bold, some are half bold. Some are not bold, and it's just kind of weird. A little nitpicky, but, just little things. If you're looking to tell what the counterfeits are and which are not, just keep an eye for that. So the last set that was really nice is the Vintage. Let's see if I can get that out. These are a little bit tight, so they can be like, just want to pull that out. Okay. They're a little bit tight, so you just have to be careful. And what's kind of cool about this is that it has the beta and alpha look. I think it's all beta because the alpha is a different cut entirely. So that's another thing to look for, obviously. So before I show you like the Black Lotus and the Power 9, I'm going to put those to the side. And they also have the dual lands, which are pretty freaking dope. So this one comes with Wrath of God, which is, I mean, I feel like the lines, like the little tiny, I don't know if you can see this, There's like a little tiny bit of a border here. I'm going to try to zoom in on it. See that little black? There's a black and there's like kind of lighter black color and then the actual white. Now, I've actually seen a few beta cards in my real life, and I feel like this is a little bit too light compared to them. But maybe you disagree and you can let me know. I appreciate that, as always. But, just let me know. And, it's cool. So we got some cool cards like Transmute Artifact. We got the Tabernacle, which looks a little light, but it's still pretty cool. And again, these cards feeling a lot stiffer, a lot nicer. We got the Abyss, which is nice. Really great card. Even recreated Temporal Manipulation, which is cool. It's a little bit light on the blue. The Sylvan Library is pretty nice. It feels a little bit like the green's a little bit off. And maybe that the symbol that's right there. I'm not sure if you can get that. Let's pull it. Yeah, the symbol for the set is a little bit kind of off, I think. But maybe I'm wrong. But other than that, yeah, it looks pretty dang good. Sword of Plowshares, the Strip Mine, which is so cool. I think this one has I think it just has the straight up just off, but I could be wrong there. Okay, no, I'm wrong. All right. So then we have, just again, nice pieces. Again, some of these cards just look super great, and some of these cards look like they were just printed, and that's just kind of what the dead giveaway is, right? We got the Nether Void here, which is really nice. We got the Moat, which is really nice. We got Mishra's Workshop. It looks pretty good. Again, it's a little slick. We got Metal Worker. Now, the Metal Worker, compared to the one I have, I'm going to show it to you. It looks a little like the white is just a little off, but I'll show it to you in the next video. Got the Old School Mana Drain. Old School Mana Crypt from the books. If you bought the books, they give you this free thing in one of the old school books from like 95, 94. Library of Alexandria looks nice. I like the Juzum Jin. I like how the 2 up here is really hard to see, which is kind of nice. Again, you just feel it's a little waxy. And you got Invoke Prejudice, which is a really nice card. Got the Imperial Seal, which that looks pretty good. I would say like the Portal's Second Kingdom looks a little bit off, but that could be me. So, Imperial Recruiter looks really nice. Really nice. It looks like the exact original card. Other than very, very waxy on the back. Looks like the original. Got Guardian Beast, which is really cool. We got the Grim Tutor, which, again, it looks pretty real other than, just being the light. It looks a little off. So, I think if you're going to play with these, you want to use this. So, yeah, here's, the Grim Monolith. And if you look at this compared to the previous one, Metal Worker, that's the white that should be there. The Grim Monolith is fake, obviously, but it should have that kind of white look to it. So, it's a little off. And even like the 1 to 2, yeah, it's just totally off. But it's still cool. I've got a real one in real life. I'll show it to you guys next. The Eureka looks pretty cool. This Demonic Tutor looks pretty awesome. Looks a little weird. There's this kind of weird line that's happening right on the side here. I want to focus in on that. It looks a little like they didn't quite, if they're using an offset press, they didn't quite line it up. It just looks a little strange, that's all. But that's it. Then let's see, we got Concordant Crossroads. We got the City of Brass, which is cool. We've got Chain of Mephistopheles, and it's pretty sweet. Candelabra of Tanos. Bazaar Baghdad. We got the Time Vaults, which is cool. It looks nice. It'll be great in my cube. And again, you got these little white dots on the bottom for the beta, which is cool. We got Wheel of Fortune. We got our Counterspell. Got one of my favorites of all time, Chaos Orb. Lightning Bolts, which is nice. It's a little bit hard to see. I don't know if that's what the real one looks like from beta, but it's pretty cool. And then we have the Dual Lands. I'm going to just put those there. Volcanic Island looks way, way dark, and maybe that's the way it is. And again, I've never seen that one in real life, but I'm going to assume it's probably similar to the colors here because it's kind of off. Again, they're pretty cool. Really old OG looking, but not quite. And, nice little pieces. Kind of cool. A little bit too much color, I think, if you're going for fake. But they're pretty cool otherwise. Really nice. Really nice pieces. And then we'll show you some of the Power 9 cards. You've got the Mock Sapphire. Again, a little bit too dark, I think. I thought they did a pretty good job on that 0. If you've ever seen, the real beta. That 0 is a little bit more to left. But I think it's looks pretty dang close, pretty good, not too shabby. So I think that was pretty cool that they got that little bit there. We got the Mox Ruby. Oops. Mox Ruby, Mox Pearl, Mox Jet, Mox Emerald. We got the Time Walk. Again, the color looks pretty nice, not too shabby. It's a little, I don't know, it looks pretty good. Again, I haven't seen a beta Time Walk. I haven't seen a whole lot of beta cards in my lifetime, mostly the unlimited version, so I'm more familiar with those personally. Ancestral Recall looks great. The blue dots look a little off, but again, I haven't seen them in real life, so I couldn't tell you. But again, they had that slick kind of feel to them. And then we got our famous Black Lotus. And what's cool, they actually have on here the little dot. If you can see that right there, they actually kept it on there, which is nice. Because I've seen some of like the different proxies and counterfeit cards that are missing that. So it's a nice little touch. And I also like that the 0 up here is a little, it's not quite centered, it's a little bit off. But if you take a look at some of them in real life, the 0 should be a little bit more over. So, but yeah, that's pretty cool. That's the whole order I got from Ron. And I just want to say, like, I was really impressed with Ron's service, really good feedback, really good customer service. And if you're looking for a nice reseller of these kind of pieces and someone that's not going to monkey around too much, or not monkey you at all, I would definitely check out the Ron. Thanks, guys, for looking at this video. I really appreciate it. Have a great day. Bye.